One challenge among the many in entrepreneurship is falling prey to shiny object syndrome. How do you decide which opportunities to pursue and which not to as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's hard. I'm a shiny object guy. The best answer I can give you is I hire more employees to do the things that I want to pursue so that I can hand it off to them as long as I can afford it.
What was different about you or your approach that made investors say yes?
It's funny, we talk about that now because we build websites for startups as part of what we do. And I often have to coach the clients to not get stuck in too much detail and just focus on the storytelling, focus on their personality, because ultimately it's like a pheromone thing. The investors, they're buying into you, whether you're the leader of the company, the ideator, the one who came up with the thing, and you're going to bring in the management team, but they're still believing in you. So for me, I think it's a couple of things. One is clearly I have the educational credentials because I had a Series 7 license, CPA, law degree. So there's something that at least I know how to take a test well. I might not know anything, but when I walk into a meeting, there's a certain amount of gravitas. Here, I wrote a book, my little shameless plug, right? I wrote a long time ago. It's not that people should buy the book, but now I'm an author. I think the book's actually good. People still buy it. But I walk into a meeting, I'm not just a guy running an agency, I'm a guy who wrote a book that means something. So I think in terms of investing, I had two offers within a week to invest in my e-commerce business. I think it was one, I was already having sales. So it showed that I knew something on not just beyond my education, but I could actually turn it into sales. I put the business plan together. I know numbers, so that's sort of easy to do. And there was also, of course, it's just God put the right people in front of me. So you could have awesome ideas and not meet the right people. That also depends. So I think I think I can articulate fairly well. Maybe not on a podcast, but I think I can articulate stories pretty well.
How is Get Visible leveraging AI, and what opportunities or challenges do you foresee in this space?
Oh, we're doing a lot of AI. So we're doing AI with content development. That's sort of an easy win. When I say easy, it's easy to understand that you need to do it. It's hard to deliver a result that is good enough that gets through a filter that's looking for AI detected content. So, meaning you have to spend a lot of time creating the right kind of prompts to produce good content. So, that's one thing. The other thing that we're doing is creating automations for business. So, for example, we have a sister company that is doing custom AI programming. So we've built like a tailored Salesforce type of CRM for somebody, but it's not Salesforce. It's our own reseller system to manage resellers for a client who has a SaaS company, and his resellers are like big consulting companies. And we built an entire system for him to manage all that. Another one is a new AI startup that is for the insurance industry, and it brings a whole level of automation that's going to cut down costs from $985 to $150 per person in some area of insurance. It's big savings. Even now, you can use AI to build computer programs, like a lot of stuff where you can just chat and say, hey, can you build this for me? It will build it and it will load the code up into GitHub or WordPress for you, and it will test it. And you have to, it's not perfect yet, but it's getting better and better. So AI it's a pivotal point in human history right now.
You held up your book earlier, I Need More Clients, and that is congratulations on having an Amazon bestseller. Could you share a key takeaway from the book that's especially relevant today?
Yeah, process. That was the whole point of the book, is to explain how digital marketing is a process oriented endeavor. You have to have the right process. Sort of like weight loss. You have to pick the right diet for you, and then you got to stick to it, because almost all diets will work, but some diets are different depending on your DNA and your makeup and stuff like that. So I think in the context of digital marketing, I have a bunch of formulas in there and acronyms like 6 Ps and things like that. But to distill it really down, it is this: figure out who your target market is. Break that into two groups. One market is the end use customer that's either hiring you or buying some product you're selling. And then the second market is the one who whispers in their ear. Who is their trusted advisor? Who's the influencer that will say you got to buy this pocketbook from this person? And you need to create content that appeals to both of those audiences and then figure out which channel is the most efficient channel to get in front of them. That's digital marketing. It's just get the content on the right highway in front of the right person and keep doing it over and over and over and make sure that they like what you're giving them.
Great advice. One challenge among the many in entrepreneurship is falling prey to shiny object syndrome. You've launched multiple ventures, including a SaaS e commerce platform. How do you decide which opportunities to pursue and which not to as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's hard. I'm a shiny object guy. The best answer I can give you is I hire more employees to do the things that I want to pursue so that I can hand it off to them as long as I can afford it. That way I don't feel like I'm giving up things. But it's impossible. No matter how much you want to do and do, there's still more things you can't do. So really what I've learned after 25 years of playing in this ballpark is to pick a niche and become the best in that niche. To be a generalist isn't good. I mean, it's good mentally to have fun doing things, but really, the best thing one can do in one's career, regardless of what you're doing, is to become really, really good at one thing. Like Dennis Rodman, I think was the best rebounder, I think in history, maybe. And he was good at other things too, but nobody beat him off the backboard. So I think that if you specialize, subspecialize, you do yourself a service.
What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs or existing entrepreneurs looking to break into competitive industries like digital marketing or technology development?
Write a book and establish yourself as a thought leader. And you can do it so easily with ChatGPT, honestly. I say chat, any AI. You have to learn how to use it properly to write the best content. And you don't have to use the finished product it gives you. You can use it as a baseline and then tailor it with storytelling and things like that that set you apart. But I think that a TikTok channel is an awesome move. Writing a book, having a video series, these are things that no one else can do. They can have their version, but they can't have your version.
What's next for Get Visible? Are there any upcoming projects or innovations you're particularly excited about?
Yeah, we're going to announce a plugin for WordPress for search engine optimization. And I can't tell you about it yet, but it's coming.
If you could predict the next big disruption in digital marketing, what would it be and how should businesses prepare for it?
Well, that's a good one. I didn't prepare for that one.
That's all
Not
right.
that I prepared for any of this, but I think the biggest, well, disruption, let's put it this way. I've been speaking on AI and I talk about the evolution of AI. I think the next evolution of AI, and maybe this will be a disruption moment, is personal AI. So the problem you have with any of the AI tools, in terms of the public tools like the ChatGPTs, is you have multiple conversations, but the conversations are not connected to each other, so they can't learn from each other. And so you need a sort of like these guys wrote a book called The Unincorporated Man, and everybody had an earpiece that was their personal AI. That's what he envisioned 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So I would say if you have this personal AI that's always listening, but it's yours, so it's not Big Brother, and it's able to assimilate the data like the Borg from all these different conversations you're having, then first of all, it will know you. Two, you can use it to create content. But three, you're just going to go to that device and say, okay, go get me the pizza shop, go make an order, go do these things. And you're going to be less reliant on you going to a website to go look for something and more reliant on the device doing it for you. And then if that happens, how the hell am I going to go market something to that device? That's where I think there's an inflection point coming.
So here's our rapid fire question, just a few. What's your favorite tool or software for productivity?
Oh, truthfully, I use Outlook. That's my tool.
Fair enough. One book other than your own every entrepreneur should read?
The Bible.
If you weren't in digital marketing, what would you be doing?
Writing.
Getvisible.com is your website and your online invisibility. Be seen, get chosen. Is there anything we didn't get to touch on that you would like to highlight?
Now, just who has better glasses, me or you?
I don't know. It's a toss up. It's subjective. How many pairs do you have?
I have just two, but I only wear one.
Same. Well, it's a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for your insights, substantial experience in digital marketing, very useful in entrepreneurship and in the times we live in.
Cool.